The morning presents one of biology's most entertaining contradictions. Your cells are whispering, time to clean, repair, and recycle, while your brain is shouting, where's my caffeine and toast? I need to function now. Fasting-induced autophagy is at its peak after an overnight fast. Your cells are working like highly efficient night shift janitors, clearing out damaged proteins, repairing mitochondria, and generally polishing the interior of your body. It's a meticulous, patient process that may contribute to longevity, metabolic health, and cellular resilience. Meanwhile, your cognitive performance, alertness, focus, memory, and mood relies heavily on readily available glucose, which is normally supplied by breakfast. Here lies the classic paradox. The very meal that fuels your brain also temporarily pauses autophagy, forcing your cellular janitors to step aside while insulin surges through the system. The science behind this is elegant and slightly mischievous. Autophagy is driven by low nutrient and low insulin states, which signal cells to recycle and optimize efficiency. YMPK is activated, mitochondria get a tune-up, and fat stores may even be mobilized for energy. This is all wonderful for long-term health, but it comes at a short-term cost. Your brain may feel sluggish, foggy, or irritable because glucose availability is limited. When you finally eat breakfast, insulin rises, and suddenly your neurons have the fuel to fire quickly, your muscles have the amino acids to repair and grow, and your mood stabilizes, but autophagy presses the pause button, quietly muttering, "Fine, go ahead and eat, but we'll resume later." The trade-off is clear: cognitive alertness now, cellular cleanup later. It's entertaining to imagine the morning internally as a tiny, theatrical comedy. Autophagy, broom in hand, is sweeping diligently through the cytoplasm, humming a quiet tune of efficiency and long-term survival. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex is half awake, signaling, "I need energy. Process caffeine.
Compute emails.
Remember my meeting." Then breakfast arrives: toast, fruit, maybe scrambled eggs, and insulin bursts in like an overenthusiastic conductor, shouting, "Pause cleaning, fuel is here." The janitors stop, glance at each other, and sigh, knowing that they'll return to work once the glucose wave recedes. It's a sitcom in miniature, starring mitochondria, neurons, insulin, and your inner sense of time management. Interestingly, the trade-off can be strategically managed. Moderate fasted mornings, especially with light movement like walking or yoga, can enhance autophagy without drastically impairing cognitive function for most people. Once breakfast arrives, the brain receives the fuel it needs. Autophagy continues later in the day or overnight, and the body enjoys both repair and performance benefits. High-protein, low-carb breakfasts are particularly clever. They provide amino acids for muscles and moderate energy for the brain without producing a massive insulin spike, meaning autophagy isn't completely paused, more like given a respectful coffee break. The paradox becomes even more comedic when considering human behavior. Some people can function superbly in the morning on just black coffee, reaping a little cognitive alertness while giving autophagy its time to shine. Others feel as if their neurons are crawling out of molasses until breakfast arrives, making them grumpy, forgetful, or slightly unhinged before 9 a.m. Meanwhile, inside the cells, the janitorial staff is quietly judging their humans' impatience, muttering, "If only they understood how good this cleanup is for them." Yet both sides are right. Autophagy provides long-term cellular benefits, while breakfast fuels immediate mental performance. Ultimately, the morning is a delicate negotiation between fasted cellular maintenance and immediate energy needs. You can optimize autophagy and longevity with extended fasting windows, but at the cost of temporary cognitive sluggishness. You can optimize early brain function with breakfast, but temporarily suppress autophagy. And the humor is in realizing that your body manages this tension seamlessly, switching priorities in a perfectly choreographed internal dance. Autophagy doesn't vanish. It simply waits its turn, resuming its housekeeping duties once insulin falls. The brain gets fuel, the cells get repair, and you, if you sip your coffee patiently, get the best of both worlds. In the end, the morning paradox is less a problem and more a gently humorous illustration of biology's clever balancing act. Your neurons demand energy, your cells demand repair, and your breakfast negotiates the terms. It's a trade-off that is both scientifically fascinating and subtly comedic. Long-term longevity versus short-term alertness, cellular housekeeping versus toast, mitochondria versus neurons, all performing together in the quiet theater of your body every day.